Hi, welcome to the Kente Business Journal. My name is QUATER, I'm QUATER, and this is the AFCON on the KBJ. Please stick and stay with the channel. We'll be right back and continue our conversation. Thank you very much for staying with us on the channel. And as we've been doing all this while, as the African Cup of Nations has been going on, we review all the games and whatever level that the competition has gotten to. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at the quarterfinal matches that took place a fortnight ago. So we begin with a game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Palancas Negras of Angola. This was the first game of the quarterfinal stage of the African Cup of Nations. We were left with 8 teams and Angola was one of them. It was a very interesting game, seeing how the Angolans tried to resist the superpower of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, but eventually they had to give in. In the 41st minute, Ademola Lookman launched in from a sublime cross from the left side, which ended into the goal for Nigeria, and they held on to win that game by 1-0. Nigeria booked their place in the semi-final, becoming the first team to qualify for that stage. In the second game, we saw DR Congo against Guinea. It was a very exciting game with this matchup. We saw how the Guineans came out very early in the match to get a penalty, and Mohamed Bayo slotted it in for the Guineans, the Slate Nationale. And DR Congo almost immediately had a reply through Chancel Mbemba in the 27th minute to draw level. After the break in the 65th minute, DR Congo had a penalty, and Yao Wissa put that ball into the net to give them the lead before Arthur Maswako's brilliant free kick from that unexpected play ended into the goal and gave DR Congo an advantage with 3-1. They held on to win that game. DR Congo qualified for the semi-final for the first time since 2015 when they laid that stage. Now the host, Cote d'Ivoire, who had previously defeated the defending champions of Senegal, had to match up with another difficult task in the Eagles of Mali. Definitely was one of the games to watch at this stage, and it was extremely difficult. As predicted, the Ivorians did not have it easy at all, to the extent that by 15 minutes there was so much drama in this game. There had already been a penalty call that was not allowed. There's already been a penalty that was also given and missed by the Malians, and also a red card to Kusono, the defender of Cote d'Ivoire. But eventually the Malians had their goal, which came in the 71st minute through Dogeles Nene, who was born in Abidjan. He decided not to necessarily celebrate that goal in respect for his birth country. But as you know, the Ivorians have taught us not to give up in whatever circumstance. They were not necessarily the best team in this game, but they were the team that has the fighting spirit. We saw how momentum gradually shifted towards the host nation, and in the dying embers of the 90th minute, they pulled one back through Simon Adingra, who had just come on as a substitute by coach MS Faye. I must say MS Faye has been that coach who brilliantly does substitutions, and that is what is carrying the Ivorians all through the stages that they have been to. So the game ended 1-1 in 90th minute and had to go into the extra time for the game to continue. In the extra time, they played tooth and nail through each other, and again in the dying embers of the extra time, in the 120th minute plus 2 minutes, the Ivorians had the breakthrough. They were able to score a goal through Omar Diakite in the last minute of the game, eventually the last kick of the game, to snatch victory against the Mali, to the disbelief of the Mali team. Ivory Coast also qualified into the semi-finals. Tuberois Assis of Cape Verde, or the Blue Sharks, came up against the Bafana Bafana of South Africa, and this was a very closely matched game. Of course, the Cape Verdeans controlled the game as they've done in most of their games in this tournament all throughout this game, but they were not able to break the deadlock regardless of the numerous attacks that they launched on the defense of the Bafana Bafana. Goalkeeper Vosinya and Rowan Williams were at their best, and that ensured that the game ended in a stalemate. So we had to go into penalties, and that is where all the talking point of this game came to bear. There were 9 penalties that were played in total, 5 to South Africa and 4 to the Cape Verdeans. The Cape Verdeans missed all the penalties, or should I say, Rowan Williams of South Africa saved 4 out of 5 penalties for his country to ensure that they won the shootout by 2-1. Rowan Williams set a history, being the first goalkeeper to win or to save 4 out of 5 penalties at the African Cup of Nations. It's going to take a very long time, unless something drastic happens, for we to see that record being broken. Congratulations to Bafana Bafana of South Africa. Now let's take a look at the matchup of the semi-finals in this tournament. So we are going to have the Super Eagles of Nigeria come up against Bafana Bafana of South Africa. People have already started tagging it Afrobeat against Amapiano. I just live to enjoy my days when this tournament is going on, and I can't wait to watch this beautiful matchup. And we also have the Leopards of DR Congo meet the host nation Les Elephants of La Côte d'Ivoire. Amazing matchup that we are looking forward to in the semi-finals. This is where we draw the curtains down on our review on the African Cup of Nations, and as always, I will come your way same time in the next episode. My name is Akote Awakwata. I'll see you when I see you. It's bye for now. Elle me dit les braiser haut. Tant on te dit premier KO n'est pas KO. C'est deuxième